It is the 19th of June of 2025. I'm Dan Ramey, he's Mike Smith, and welcome to the daily edition of Litter Media Live.
Hello.
Howdy.
A late good morning as we're doing the show live.
Mike is with us in studio, and off to my left is that guy with my water bottle. Didn't mean to show that in the shot. Aaron Glandon, he is our jack of all trades, I think, or boy wonder, as we call him around here, to make sure that we're on the air and we're aligned properly on screen. Thank you, young man. There we go. He had to exert some effort there to give us a thumbs up. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll tell you about news and all that stuff that's going on in the Scioto Valley. But first, we want to tell you about the weather, which was very impactful for a number of folks last night.
Yeah, we did see some storms and some heavy rains come through the area. I didn't check the rain gauge at Frankfort this morning to see what we had.
We had an inch at the Ramey house.
Is that right? Yeah. Well, as you can see, we are still talking about the possibility of some intermittent rain with sunshine, and that's been the case this morning. The sun came out, then it clouded back up, so that's going to go through probably late afternoon, and then I think we're going to start seeing some clearing this evening in through the weekend. We'll take it.
Reds were hampered by rain to start, and then they wrapped things up early last night. They play a wrap-up game today.
Yes.
So if you're heading down to the ball game, make sure that you are prepared with rain gear, just in case. All right, coming up in a moment to look at news. But first, let's tell you about some of the folks that helped put this program on. The Scioto Valley Dumpsters, folks. 740-253-8389 is the number to call if you have need for a dumpster. They can take care of your needs, whether it be at home or your business. 740-253-8389.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit DixieChopper.com.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Somewhere out of the cave they come to do the news.
They turned the lights off on us for a moment. I think it had something to do with you saying nude necks. And so we all have nude necks, see? Right there. No bling being worn here at all. If you want to find out what's happening with news, just go to our website, littermedia.com. You'll be able to find some of the goings-on, such as black bears making their way through, and people digging shovels and awarding checks, and Mark Johnson even making an appearance too. You can find out more at littermedia.com. Why was the hospital on there yesterday, Mike?
Yeah, the OhioHealth Berger Hospital up in Circleville had to be evacuated for several hours yesterday after smoke started coming up through the building. Officials at the hospital say the cause of the smoke was a pump that overheated in the basement. There was no actual flames that were seen. The evacuation resulted in 55 patients being taken to area hospitals and Circleville High School, which served as an evacuation point. So everything is back to normal, operations up and running again in Circleville.
We've been following this guy for a while on X, and now we're going to see Southeastern stuff as opposed to Logan stuff. But congratulations to Logan High School Principal Nathan Smith, who is now the new superintendent of Southeastern Local Schools. Longtime Superintendent Brian Justice retired. I was doing Brian's ball games at Peebles when I worked at WRAC back in the day when he and his brother Brett were playing for the Peebles Indians. Congratulations to Brian Justice on your retirement, and it's a lot of miles he trekked back and forth on Ohio 32 from Peebles to Southeastern. He never moved over here.
Always had a smile on his face when you talked to him.
Oh, yeah.
Always had a smile. So we wish him well, and Nathan as well on his
Congratulations, yes.
That picture of the black bear we were showing you a while ago, why that's in the news, is that it appears that black bears are starting to make themselves more known here in the state of Ohio. Since the mid-1800s, they'd pretty much become an endangered species in Ohio, but in recent years, naturalists are finding that they're making their way back over. West Virginia was a prominent home for the black bear, but now they're being seen a lot in northeast and southeast Ohio. Recently, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources collared a female black bear up in Ashtabula County in order to put a GPS tracker on her to see if they could follow whether she stays or goes back to another state.
When you sent out your images yesterday in the email, Mike always sends us the images of stories he's going to talk about. Excuse me. And the hospital story headline was just above the black bear. And I thought, hospital evacuated because of black bear was the first thing I thought of there. So you're invited to come join the folks of the Ross County Royalty participating in the Ross County King and Queen contest. You might remember last year, Nora Beery was crowned as queen and Isaac Corcoran was crowned as king. Who going to be next? Well, it could be somebody you know. The deadline is July 1st, and the interview will take place before the fair judging.
Yes. So I know for years they've been trying to get more fellas for the King contest to participate. I think they actually have had more than in recent or previous years, so keep that up.
Yeah, about 5 years ago they had, I think, it seemed like 10 guys. It was amazing.
Yeah. Something a little bit unusual, a whale specimen in Fayette County. Well, a whale baleen specimen used by the Cincinnati Children's Museum in a hands-on education program at the Fayette County Community Health Fair and Family Fun Day back on June 7th in Washington Courthouse apparently was picked up unintentionally during or after the recent public event. So this specimen, which is used as an educational tool, it helps connect thousands of students each year to science, conservation, and marine life. They're wanting that return, and they're even offering a reward. You can find out more information about this on our website story at littermedia.com.
Hopewell Park, of course, is a national park, and they have for you something of interest. It is a ranger-guided tour out on Hopeton Road at the Hopeton Earthworks. Now, what we're seeing here, this is, I believe, what's right outside Mound City, but this is down on Bridge Street where you can check out off of Hopeton Road there. Complex masterpiece landscape architecture, including earthen monuments memorializing ancestral shrines and geometric enclosures aligned to the endless cycles of the sun and moon. This will all take place this Sunday from 10 a.m. until noon.
If you're an Ohioan, you have probably seen fireflies or lightning bugs during the summer months. But if you're new to the state of Ohio, like Alan Polchik of San Diego, California was many, many years ago when he moved to Chillicothe.
What are these things exploding in the sky?
Hilarious story. He was telling me that I was running all over the yard. My wife was cracking up because I was out there trying to catch these fireflies. Well, if you'd like to see more lightning bugs in your yard or garden, there's some easy ways to do that. consider providing food and habitat. Ensure that they have native plants and a variety of flowers to support their life cycle. You can probably contact a naturalist. This post came from Tar Hollow State Park. They might even be able to help you with information on how to get more lightning bugs in your garden or yard.
Miss Amelia was looking at one last week in the yard, and she was trying to catch it, and she could not catch up with it. It was fun to watch. At the Kenworth Truck Parade over the weekend, of course, you may have seen a number of folks there from the United Way, volunteers selling 50/50 drawing tickets. And yesterday, Kenworth Assistant Plant Manager Jack Schmidt and United Way Ross County Director Andrea Williams drew out the winner. And so they reached in there, grabbed out, and pulled out a name, and it was Donna Howard's name. She pocketed $902.50. Congratulations to Donna Howard's. And thank you also to the folks helping that be a possibility for the United Way. That's almost $1,000 more put in the pocket for the United Way to do some good things here in our part of the country.
When Jack reached into the barrel, I thought he was going to do like Nick Cage did on National Treasure, where he, like something bit him on the hand. Good movie. Our road report, Fayette County, I-71, a widening project. Carson Road above I-71 will close through mid-July for bridge rehabilitation as well. Also, that detour is Carson Road to London Road to US 62 or reverse.
Sports on the way in just a moment, but first we want to tell you about our friends at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you've got an issue with the heating, the cooling, or the plumbing, and you're going to notice it, it's going to be prevalent this week if you haven't noticed it already, you give them a call. Click on this ad anywhere you find it at littermedia.com. It takes you right to their website, AccurateHVAC.com.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When insuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Hometown Motors and their spring sales event continues. If you are looking for a new mower, this is the place to go because they've got new riding tractors starting at $1699.99, new zero-turn mowers starting at $3399.99, new walk-behind starting at $399.99, also new chainsaws at $279.99, new blowers starting at $199.99, and new trimmers starting at $229.99. So hurry in for the best selection. These prices, they won't last long, and we've been seeing them go out the door. People pulling up in their trucks and trailers and getting on there and going off because Hometown is your store for the outdoors. 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Time for sports.
Almost 40, 39 to be exact, area high school softball players have been named to the State Coaches Association All-Ohio team. At least more than a dozen of those are first-teamers. You can find that complete list, Divisions 1 through 7, on our website story at littermedia.com.
Champion City Kings come to Chillicothe tonight as the Chillicothe Paints do battle with the Kings from over at Springfield, Ohio. A quick little trip over here. And it's Thirsty Thursday night tonight. They've got select draft at $2. $2.
And we still got a winning streak going?
Yes, and tomorrow night they will have their first party with the Paints of the season.
Right down the left field line.
Our buddy Huma Reveal will be performing for you tomorrow night.
And if you've not seen the changes that they've made to the ballpark, if you're going out for the first time, you'll enjoy what you have to see. The rain actually helped the Reds last night because it was a rain-shortened affair. Remember, after 5 complete innings, if whoever's ahead and they can't come back and play, that team wins. Well, that was the scenario after 6, or in the 6th last night, as the Reds beat the Twins 4-2. They go for the series sweep this afternoon at 12:40 from Great American Ballpark.
They're 4 games above 500.
Yeah. First time this year, I think.
And I think they're a game and a half out of the wild card. How about that?
Go get them.
You betcha. And the Cleveland Guardians in battle last night, they took on the San Francisco Giants and won again. So they have taken the first 2 against the Giants, who have been cranking right along in the NL West.
And that's sports.
Rather brief today.
Well, it's that time of year.
It is that time of the year.
No high school sports.
That gives us an opportunity to remind you about this Sunday. I don't know if it's too late for you to get involved in the pickleball tournament to benefit the project. We're
going to talk about that also tomorrow. It's too late to register to play, but they invite everybody in the community down to watch and support in that regard.
I know when she was here, she asked if we would be interested in announcing the event. Well,
I wouldn't have a clue. I've never played pickleball. I wouldn't know how to.
It's much like tennis, from what I understand. But the two of us have particular job duties with our churches, so to speak.
The Lord wouldn't care.
That's the problem with
the
being
Lord
there
loves
on a
pickleball
Sunday.
players.
Yeah, but I think it starts early in the day.
11:30.
Yeah, so we're still in the middle of our service at that time. Of course, we do have a resident pickleball player.
That's what I've been told. He's challenged me.
I've
actually,
not
a
seen
couple
it.
of times, knowing that I've never played, so it's an easy win.
No, I'm really bad at it.
How can you be bad at pickleball?
I'm atrocious at pickleball.
So why do you play?
It's fun, even though I'm bad at it.
I like
it's fun.
getting hit in the head with the ball coming at 100 miles.
No, that doesn't happen. The ball does not move at 100
It's just a
miles an hour.
plastic ball. It's not going to hurt you.
It's like a wiffle ball, right?
It is like a wiffle
Yeah.
ball. Probably a little bigger.
I've been hit by a wiffle ball. It doesn't feel great.
Well-
It's hit in just the right place. Well, any place that you have skin exposed, that wouldn't feel very good.
We must move on. Our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week announcement is coming your way in just a moment. If you want, you can see it now. It's already posted on our Facebook page, on our X, and also on our website if you want to check it out too. All right, but first let's tell you about
Litter Quality Propane. 92 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. Litter Quality Propane.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary.
Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
And it is time to make the announcement of this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. It is Jessie, a 1.5-year-old Shetland sheepdog. Owner Victoria Albright says Jessie has totally changed her life. To quote, "I've owned dogs my entire life, but she captured my heart at first sight in Petland, Chillicothe. She has let me make sure I say this right, heterochromia. That's one blue eye, one brown eye. And that little blue eye is what captivated me. Jez, as she calls her, is the most loyal and loving companion and loves to be a furry fashionista, wearing dresses and coats, even dressing up for the Steampunk Festival, and winning Best Dressed at another local festival. She adores car rides, especially to the local gas station, where the wonderful employees give her snackies and loving pets. Jez enjoys playing with her fur brothers, fur nephew, and her human sister, mom, and dad. She's truly been a best friend, therapy dog, and companion, and I am so proud to be her fur mama." Or do we want to call it fur mama?
Fur mama.
You can call it either one, I suppose. To nominate a pet, congratulations, Jessie. To nominate a pet, email littermedia@gmail.com. Tell us about your pet, and remember to include a photo of the pet. To see all the pets of the week of 2025 so far, just visit littermedia.com. Click on Petland Litter Media Pets of the Week. And in December, the Pet of the Year will be selected, and that pet will receive a prize from Petland Chillicothe and also a trophy as well. So congratulations to Jessie, this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. All right, time for this date in history.
For federal, state.
I forgot the image.
You'll get your board. I can give you a big build up here. Local government officials, banks, U.S. mail, all closed today because it's Juneteenth Day. This comes from 1865 on this date, when Union soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas, with news that the Civil War is over and slavery in the United States is abolished. Despite the fact that President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation was issued almost 2 years earlier, a lack of Union troops in the rebel state of Texas made the order difficult to enforce. Some historians also blame the lapse in time on poor communication in that era, while others believe Texan slave owners purposely withheld the information. So freedom comes to the slaves in Texas on this date in 1865.
It's my chance to hide behind the board. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
And people like it too. Less Dan face, all the better.
Yeah. So Aaron and I would learn today that the pens that we were looking for yesterday were in his desk drawers. We try not to rummage through your drawers.
I believe the terminology was they were hidden from us, and that was not the case. I was merely putting them out of the way because, as you can see on my desk, there's no room for anything new on the desk. So I put them in the desk drawers.
Well, it's my policy not to go through anybody's drawers when they're not here.
And we appreciate that, even if we are here.
Yes.
Don't go
especially
through
if you are here. Oh, yeah.
Was it Drew Henty that used to say his draws?
Draws.
Draws. Stay out of my draws.
Well, the Michael Myers character, if he's British, it's Durs. Or Druring.
Yeah. Austin Powers.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of? Mm-hmm. You know, there was the first two drivers that I interviewed for the Kenworth Truck Parade. We had gone on the truck tour, and I got there late Friday. And so when we went on the plant tour is what I meant to say, there's just four of us. There was the guide, there was myself, and the two drivers. They were from Tacoma, Washington. And I had joined just as they were starting the tour, so I didn't get their names or anything. So afterwards, I said, well, I want to do a little interview with you, if you guys don't mind. We were doing it out in the lobby there. And I almost, I've had to fight back a chuckle when he told me what his name was.
And it was? Michael Myers. Yeah. When it came through the parade, I got tickled.
And I thought, okay, the first thing I thought of was Michael Myers from the Halloween movies. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure, but he just said it's just I'm Michael Myers, Sr., and I looked over and I said, and you and Michael Myers Jr. So I had Michael Myers in front of me.
Yeah.
And then the guy who drives the 1923 Kenworth, his name is Mike Meyer.
Mike Meyer.
So it just struck me funny when you were talking about Austin Powers. All right, that's it for the program today. Do we have a special program tomorrow?
No.
Okay. So it's just a regular.
We had two earlier in the week. You can go back to Litter Media YouTube to find those interviews with Representative Mark Johnson. And then yesterday, William Mahaffey, who's the new executive director of Scioto Paint Valley Mental Health Center. Mm-hmm. Remember, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes. And
Men's Health Month.
Yes.
Both of those. As I cough.
You've been in draws today. You've been doing it. So now we got to turn and cough. Is that what you did?
Well, it's Men's Health Awareness Week, our month, remember? Yeah.
We better wrap this up.
Yes.
That's it for the program today. Thank you so much for watching, and we're back at it again tomorrow. And thanks for those of you who have been listening on Litter Media Radio for this edition of Litter Media Live.